Hey there, and welcome to Viewpoint Christian Academy, where we value spirit, character, and academics in that order for our education program. My name is Dr. Adam Rondeau, and I'm so pleased to be able to bring you another devotion during this month of November. This month, I have 4 Thanksgiving devotions for you throughout the month. Stay tuned. Okay, so for this first devotion, I would really like to just read a verse to you and talk to you about the root cause of Thanksgiving. We're in the month of November, and of course we're thinking about Thanksgiving. Not only is it an exciting time to be able to get together with family, and maybe that'll look different this year, I don't know, but we're excited to be able to get together with family and eat turkey, watch football. I don't know about you, but I love pretty much everything. One of my favorite parts about Thanksgiving, apart from all the food, is all the leftovers. And so it's just it's a great time, right? Woo, it's just a wonderful, wonderful day. And then the next day, everybody likes to go shopping. Well, I don't, but maybe you do. I avoid Black Friday shopping like the plague. To me, that is not my idea of fun, but for some people, that's like one of the highlights of their year. More power to you. For myself, no thanks. I'm just going to stay home and eat leftovers. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe put up the Christmas tree or something along that lines. But it's Thanksgiving, and so I want to talk to you today about how you can become a more thankful person. And the way that you can do that, I think, biblically speaking, is to find out what's the root cause of Thanksgiving, meaning what causes people to actually be thankful. You know, in my home, growing up, we have 4 children, and every one of them, we trained them how to say thank you, right? As a little child, a little baby, a little toddler, when they could first start speaking, we'd give them something, and we would instruct them to say thank you. If someone else gave them something, we would instruct them to, what do you say? I'm sure your parents probably did that as well. Thank you, right? And so that's something that we're trying to train into young people, and that's a good thing. We need to be able to train it, but it would be great if it would happen organically, meaning it would just occur. And how do you get that to just occur? Well, from what I see in the scriptures, I find that there is a root cause for Thanksgiving. Meaning, if this is present in your life, then thankfulness will just naturally come out of you. What might that be? Well, let's take a look. I want to go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, and I want to read you 2 verses, verses 7 and 8. It says this, "But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content." Now, interesting passage here. In this passage, Paul is writing to Timothy, and he says that 2 things create a great gain. And interestingly, the Greek word, and as many of you know, we've studied it even in your Bible courses, the Bible was not written in English. It was written in Hebrew and Aramaic for the Old Testament, and the New Testament was written in Greek, a particular kind of Greek. It's called Koine Greek, but again, that's not that big a deal, but interesting trivia there, right? Well, the Greek word here in this verse that was translated great gain, right? The word for great is actually a word that we're pretty familiar with, and it's mega. Right? We got a lot of things out there, and we like to use that term, mega, right? There's a mega deal. There's a mega bucks, right? There's all kinds of megas out there. Even if you're into sci-fi, there's Megatron in the Transformers world, right? But, you know, mega in this passage means great. Or megas, and we use it as mega. And the idea that Paul is communicating here is that you can have this great mega gain in your life if you are godly, pursuing after righteousness and honoring God with your life, and combine that with what? Contentment. Contentment. Oh, you might see where I'm going here now, right? Contentment. One of the very important elements for us to have a spiritual profit, a spiritual gain in our life, is the attribute of contentment. Now think with me for a minute. Maybe you know somebody who is not in any way content whatsoever. They are, in our world today, we have a lot of people who aren't content. They feel, I'll use this word, entitled. They think everybody owes them everything, and they aren't getting everything that they deserve. They are entitled, right? That's not an attractive attitude. All right? You ever do something for anybody and they figured, oh, you're supposed to do that for me. Oh, I deserve that. I didn't have to earn that. You were supposed to do that for me. I hope you don't feel that way about what your parents do for you. I hope you don't feel that you're entitled to all of the things that they give you, because you're really not, but you're blessed by the many things that they give you. Well, the opposite there of entitlement, and in fact, if you feel entitled, you're gonna have a lousy, rotten attitude. In fact, you're going to be, and there's another word, we'll get to it in a minute. You're going to be the other word. If you're not content, if you don't have contentment in your life, then the other word that you will have in your life is covetousness. And we read that in the 10 Commandments, right? Thou shalt not covet. Entitled people are covetous people. Grateful people are content people. So how can we be content? What does that mean? What does that look like? Look, contentment is being satisfied with what God has allowed you to have right now. Not what you are hoping for in the future, not what you wish you had in the past, but just grateful for what God is allowing you to have right now, no matter what. Look at what Paul says in Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. Content. Contentment will deny the sin of covetousness in your life, because contentment and covetousness cannot coexist. And what's covetousness? Covetousness is wanting what others have, wanting something else. Oh, I want what they have. Oh, I want this. Now, around this time, Amazon's smart, right? They sent out books to everybody this year, right? You probably got one in your mail, and it's got all kinds of toys, a wish book. And what is that trying to do? It's not trying to stir up contentment within children. It's trying to stir up covetousness. And then they'll go, oh, I want that. I want that. Oh, I want that. And that's the problem, right? Is that we're not content with what we have. We want something else. There's nothing wrong with having a Christmas list. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not preaching against that. But what I am trying to encourage you to be is content or satisfied with what you have right now. Listen what else Paul says in Hebrews. Well, I believe it was Paul. Hebrews 13, verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things that you have. For he has said, God has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Here's the beauty of this. You can be content no matter what happens in your life, because you have this promise that God is with you. Worst day ever in your life, you could still be content, because guess who's still with you? Yep, God. God is still with you. And here's the beauty of this, because contentment will initiate the reply of gratitude. Why? Because they go hand in hand. They complement each other. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 8. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. So you can always give thanks when you are content being in the center of God's will for your life. Let me just close with this one story. There was a man who was a pagan. He didn't believe in God. He was an atheist. No, there's no God, right? And he was walking through a field one day, and as he's walking through this field, a bull, right, big horns, sees him, and he starts charging after him. And this bull is ready to attack him. And he's so worried. In fact, he's afraid he's going to die. And he's running for his life, but he tripped and he fell. And as he's laying on the ground and he sees the bull coming, ready to ram him, he cries out and says, God, if you're real, please make this bull become a Christian. Weird request, but the idea was, make him become a Christian so he won't kill me. And all of a sudden, a bright light shone from heaven, shone down upon the bull, and the bull stopped, fell on its knees, looked up to heaven, bowed its head, and prayed out loud, for what I'm about to receive, may I be truly thankful. And then he went after him. Yeah, bad joke, right? But the idea, right, is that why do we say thank you for the food that we have? We didn't deserve that. But God gave it to us and he blessed us with it. Look, if you've ever studied the idea of etymology in your paces, right? Yet there's a root word and there are suffixes and all these kind of things, and that there are many languages that go into making the English language, right? There are two words that are related etymologically. The words think and the words thank. If you stop and think about all the blessings you have, it will produce within you a thankfulness. So thinking people are thankful people, right? Thinking people are thankful people. Unthankful people, then, would therefore probably be mindless, inconsiderate, and unthoughtful. So let me encourage you today, as you prepare to celebrate this wonderful Thanksgiving month, practice Thanksgiving by developing within yourself, get the root of, have a root cause for being thankful. Be content. Hey, God bless you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, subscribe so you don't miss any of these. And have a great day. And God bless you.